Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be talking about my Philadelphia Eagles because the free agency signing period is coming up soon. So I thought I would talk about 5 wide receivers that could potentially be signed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Now this isn't my personal list of people who I'd like to see on the Eagles. This is a list of players that I've gathered from multiple sources like the Eagles subreddit, ESPN, NFL Network, pretty much anywhere online. I've just kind of gathered a bunch of names and put them in this list. So there are guys on this list that I don't really want to see on there, but if I were to be completely objective, any of these players would be a good pickup. Our wide receiver core is just shit right now, so pretty much any of these guys would be valuable in one way or another. Starting off this list at number 5, I would have to put Kenny Britt of the Rams. This last season was pretty good. He had 68 receptions for 1,002 yards, 5 touchdowns. He isn't a super high profile player, which is pretty useful, but he's very efficient. And the reason I said it was useful that he's not a high profile player is that he's efficient and he likely won't cost as much as other players on this list. And he has experience with our new wide receiver coach, Mike Groh. Mike Groh was with the Rams last season. So bringing him over and having the same coach, that would be very useful. And I think overall, that would just help him. And I really wouldn't be upset if the Eagles picked up Kenny Britt. I think he would be an overall all-around good pickup. I really like that pick. Next on the list at number 4, we have Victor Cruz from the Giants. Last season, he had 39 receptions for 586 yards and 1 touchdown. In my opinion, this is a guy the Eagles should avoid. He is a pretty high-profile player, and he'll likely demand money, and I just don't think he's worth it. He's coming off an injury, and this last season was his first season back. Admittedly, it was decent, but I don't think it's worth the money. I think he's too much of a risk, and I don't think the Eagles should take on that risk. I think the Eagles should avoid Victor Cruz. Also, him coming from the Giants, he's not going to get a lot of love from the Philly fans. I think we should avoid him. The third player on this list is Kenny Stills of the Dolphins. Kenny Stills had a pretty good season. 42 receptions for 726 yards and 9 touchdowns. Everyone on the Eagles subreddit agrees that this would be an awesome pickup, but I don't really know if the Dolphins are willing to let him go. I mean, I'm not really sure on the Dolphins' cap space or how they stand on Stills right now, but if he's available, I think possibly more than anyone on this list. Realistically, I think I'd like to see him come to Philly. I think he'd be a worthy pickup. Great work ethic, and he has everything we need for in a receiver. I think overall he's solid pickup. Coming in at number 2, I gotta put Alshon Jeffery from the Bears. Everyone is looking at Alshon and saying that the Eagles are going to be first in line to get him, and for good reason. I mean, last season he only played 12 games, which in my opinion is somewhat of a problem, but in those 12 games, he had 52 receptions for 821 yards, 2 touchdowns, but his recent suspensions are a little concerning, but overall, I think he's still worth it. Alshon, he used to work with Mike Groh, and when he did work with Mike Groh, they were the best seasons of his career. Overall, this guy is a number 1 wide receiver, and that's exactly what we need. I think it would be worth it for the Eagles to take a risk on Alshon Jeffery and pick him up. And finally, at number 1, and this should come at no surprise, Desean Jackson. Everyone is saying that he's too old, he doesn't play as well as he used to. Well, for his last season, he had 56 receptions for 1,005 yards and 4 touchdowns. This guy is still able to play at a high level, and let's be real, if he signs back with the Eagles, it'll be a for the fans kind of move. The Eagles haven't had a real number 1 wide receiver since he left, and to see him come back would just be amazing. Ultimately, I don't know how realistic it would be for him to come back. We have really low cap space, and I don't know if he's willing to take a big pay cut to come back, but if he's willing to take it, we should absolutely sign him. Desean Jackson would be amazing to come back. But that's my list of the top 5 wide receiver free agents that I think the Eagles should target. What do you guys think of this list? Is there anyone else you want to see potentially move into the Eagles? Let me know in the comments below, and if you guys enjoyed the video, leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. I am Motionless Gaming, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.